Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cinderblog Studios, and today we're going to be taking a look at a product review. We're going to be looking at two different products, but very, very similar, and they're going to be drawing pens this time around. So I have here the Pigma Micron drawing pens by Sakura. Now I use these all the time. I'm always using particularly the graphic and the brush pen in my more recent work. And I also have some Prismacolor Premeire markers. Now, you're going to find probably both of these at your art store, at least in some degree, and where you may not find these, you'll probably find these, and if you can't find the Pigmas, you'll probably find the Prismacolors. So how do you know which one is right for you? Well, the best thing to do is always to try both of them, but you may not be able to buy both of them on a fixed budget, so that's why I'm here today, to show you the advantages and disadvantages of both. Now, both the Premeire markers and the Pigma markers come in a small pack and a large pack. We're going to be comparing the large pack today because those each have a couple extra special pens that are going to really kind of weigh your options a little bit. Both pen sets start at size 005 and go up to 08. Now, starting with the 005 on the Micron pens, you get a really nice, fine, thin line, great for finer details. On the Prismacolor side, the 005, you get the same line weight, but the pen itself feels a little bit stiffer. The Prismacolor actually feels a little bit more like a traditional pen in that it's got a stiffer tip than the Micron pen. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that the Micron pens have an additional pen in the set. There are 8 here, while the Premeires have only 7. The biggest thing here is there is a 02 in the set of the Micron pens, and the leap in the Prismacolor Premeire markers goes right from 01 to 03. Now let's take a slightly bigger jump. We're going to go up to the Premeire marker at 05. A little heavier line weight here. And the 05 on the Micron pen, again, feels just ever so slightly softer. Now at 08, that's going to be our thickest regular type marker. And it ends up being a little bit like a fine point sharpie. The same goes for the Premeire marker. Now each set has one labeled as a brush pen. In the Prismacolor Premeires, that's just labeled as B, and as in the Microns, it's BR. The brush pen in the Micron set has a little bit of a flexible tip and significantly softer. You can get a little thin line as well as a nice big wide thick one as well. It's really great for coverage as well as a bit of a graphical, maybe calligraphy work. As the trend has been so far, the Prismacolor Premeire has a slightly stiffer tip, doesn't flex quite as much, but you still get that nice bold, thick line as well as a relatively thin one as well. Now the final pen in the set is what each company takes its own liberties in kind of deciding which pen they think you're going to need. Now in the Micron pen set, you get the Graphic 1, which is a nice bold, thick line, great for if you're doing line work, specifically something like manga, anime style. The Prismacolor Premeires, however, gives you a C or chisel tip, which has easily become one of my new favorites. Nice bold, wide lines, but also if you turn it up to the side to get the tip of the chisel, you can get relatively thin lines, something you might expect out of a 01 in the rest of the set. Now the biggest downside I've found to the Premeires is that I can't find anyone that sells the markers individually, so you pretty much have to buy the set. The Microns, however, come open stock in most major art stores, and what I've found at my recent trip is the Graphic 3, which I didn't even know there was anything more than the Graphic 1, but there is a Graphic 2 and a Graphic 3. The 2 and the 3 are similar to the chisel tip, in that they are chisel tips, but this one is not an angle, it is similar to what you might find in a painting style flat brush. But you do get that nice bold wide line. I'm not sure how I feel about this particular variation. I think I like the angled chisel tip myself, just because I get a little bit more variation to that. I don't think it's quite as easy to build up the line as it is with the regular angled chisel tip. Once again, that angled chisel gets you a little more flow, especially in your diagonal strokes. Now between these two pen sets, I can't and won't tell you which one to buy because really, I don't know what you need. The best thing I can tell you to do is, well, you've just watched the video, so hopefully this demo has given you a little bit of an insight on which one of them is sort of right for you. And at the very least, pick up an individual Micron pen. just to try it out before you're ready to make the final investment of actually picking up a, whatever that is, $12 set. And as always, for more tips, tutorials, and other art videos, subscribe to the channel. This has been from DMC Films, Cinderblock Studios. See you guys next time. Now, I hate how this is so annoying. If you don't want this to happen, get these.